Alright, we're going to do some simple familiar simultaneous equations as part of the linear series that should help you prepare for exams. If you have a look at these two sets of simultaneous equations, you'll see that 2x plus 8 can be arranged if we bring the negative 2x as a positive across here to be 2x plus y equals 8. And that's exactly the same as this equation on the right. So both the set of equations on the left and the set of equations on the right tell the same story. And if they're mapped out, they show two straight lines that join at the point 2, 4, where x equals 2 and y equals 4. Keep an eye on the linear series of my videos. I'll be doing a video for plotting straight lines. The left equation is set up directly for the substitution method because we already have a sum which gives the value for y, which can be subbed into this equation. The equation on the right has an extra step of rearrangement in order to use the substitution method, and therefore it sets itself up for the elimination method. Alright, let's go ahead and solve the one on the left using the substitution method. Okay, we're going to call this equation equation 1 and this equation equation 2. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sub 1 directly into 2. So sub 1 in 2. So this just means we go through and write this equation out, but wherever we come across a y, we put this value inside brackets. So writing out the sum, we've got 6x minus 5, inside brackets is negative 2x plus 8, close brackets, equals negative 8. Now we're going to expand out by multiplying what's outside the brackets by what's inside the brackets. Okay, so we've got 6x. Now we've got a negative 5 times a negative 2x. We should know by now that a negative times a negative is a positive, so that gives us a plus 10x. Then we've got negative 5 times positive 8, which gives us negative 40, and that all equals negative 8. Okay, now we can go ahead and add the x's together, and then we can also bring the negative 40 over, but it's got to come over as a positive 40. So that gives us 16x is equal to 32, because 40 minus 8 is 32. Now we divide both sides by 16 to get x on its own. They cancel, and we are left with x equals 2. So now sub this x equals 2 into 1, equation 1, for x. So we have y equals negative 2 times 2 plus 8. Y equals negative 4 plus 8, which as you know is like saying 8 minus 4 equals 4. So we've just worked out the point on the graph where these two lines meet is 2, 4, or x equals 2, y equals 4. Now we're going to work on the sum on the right side. We're going to come across the same answer, but we're going to use the elimination method. So going ahead and calling that equation 1 and equation 2. Now we want to manipulate one of these equations so that when we add equation 1 plus equation 2, so we add these values together and we add these together and these together, we get either the y's cancelling or the x's cancelling to give 0. So straight away I can recognise, because the y is by itself in the top equation, we've got a negative 5y down the bottom. If we multiply each of the items in equation 1 by 5, then we'd be able to cancel the y's when we add the two equations together. So let's go ahead and say equation 1 times 5. Now it's important to do these little notes because you will get part marks. So we've got 5 times 2 is 10x plus 5y equals 40. So that's equation 1 dash, we'll call it. Now let's just write out equation 2 again, just so that we've got them together and it's clear what we're doing. And then let's say equation 1 dash plus 2. So we've got 10x plus 6x is 16x, 5y minus 5y is 0, and then 40 minus 8 is 32. So just getting rid of the 0, doing one step at a time. Now let's divide both sides by 16 so we can get the x by itself, and it gives us x equals 2. Now sub into 1 to find y. So we've got 2 times 2, that's the value for x, plus y equals 8. 4 plus y equals 8. Now the 4 has got a hidden positive. It has to come across as a negative to get y by itself, which gives us y equals 8 minus 4 equals 4. So that's the answer again. So for x and y values, we've got 2 and 4, which matches the first question. So that's the two different methods of calculating a simultaneous equation. If you got value out of this video, please like and share and take your time to subscribe to my channel. Check out the other videos I've got, might be helpful for you to pass your exams.